Well, hi. Just wanted to go over how to use the project source selection matrix, and it's something that I get a lot of questions about. I've gotten a lot of questions so far. How do you go about using this thing? So I just wanted to go over a few things with you real quick on this. It's actually a lot easier than it seems, and it does seem pretty complex. So the thing that I want to point out is that across the top is where you are going to want to replace the desired capabilities or criteria for the particular select procurement that you are that this is going to address. Okay, and another thing I would like to do right off the bat is come over here and then insert a line up above, and then maybe join these things together and merge and center, and then maybe put in here venue or whatever it is that you're looking to address. So let's say we did venue. So I like to do that. Then you would want to change out these capabilities with the capabilities that would be appropriate for the venue. Now your sources are going to go over here in column A, and this is where you would identify the source for each that you had. Now across the top right here, let's take a look at the math first. Notice that in in row 5 over here, column AB, what we're looking at is we're looking at multiplying whatever is in B3 with whatever is in here, B4. Okay, so we want to put the weighting, how we are going to weight each of the capabilities or criteria right here. So let's just say that we were looking at technical capability, and we felt that technical capability was a 50. Out of 100, it was 50. And then management capability, well, let's just say that might have been a 10. Financial capability, maybe 25. And then operational capability, 15. So now we have numbers that equal 100 going across here. And when we put in values for each, now we evaluate each of the sources, right? And we evaluate each source based on these criteria that we've determined. So say source 1, we decide has a technical capability of 50, and a management capability of 50, and a financial capability of maybe 10, and an operational capability of maybe 15. Well, notice what it does based on our formula. We multiply the weight by whatever value we decide to put in here, and we come up with a number. And we do this in each case going across, and then automatically we get a number over here. So now let's say we've evaluated source 2 and we've decided they come in at 35 on technical. Management is strong at 50. Finance might be very strong at 50. And then operational capability might also be strong at 25. Notice that we've multiplied the weighting factor by the value we put in here, and we have numbers. These numbers are all added up, and we get a number score here. Now, bottom line, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the source that has the highest score overall, right? So let's say you only have 3 capabilities. Well, then you probably would want to come in here and delete these 2, right? If you only have 2 or 3 sources, well, you're going to come down here and you're going to delete these sources. So again, you should find this to be somewhat flexible as long as you don't monkey around with your formulas over here. You should find that this should be fairly flexible in order to be able to come up with values and information. Okay, so I hope that helps explain how to use this. And I do understand that some of your source selection things may not be complete, or you may not have information. For example, are you going to need to do a procurement for decorations? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. Are you going to hire a professional decorator? Well, if you do, then you're probably going to want to look at sources. Now, if you do not have any of these values yet, you might want to put decorations in, professional decorator. What are the capabilities? How would you weight that? And then it's okay to leave the rest of this blank because we don't have the data that we're going to use yet. We don't have the source information. Okay, so I'm all right with that. I appreciate that we don't have all of the numbers and all of the values that we need. However, if you would like to do this as a creative activity, you certainly can decide professional decorator, and then you can come in here and fill out some sources and capabilities and that and alike and come up with some numbers. Same would be true for the band. Now, we do know the string quartet, we're using that from last year, so it's not like we're trying to determine what capabilities are necessary to select the source. We've already selected the source, but the band, on the other hand, that hasn't been done. So you are welcome to do a creative activity on some of these things, or you can just give me what you feel would be the capabilities and how you would weight them in a completed matrix like this, okay, and leaving out the sources and leaving out the values in these numbers here. All right, hopefully I have helped answer this question. I don't want this to stress anybody out. This is not intended to be stressful. So just simply do the best you can with this, and we will be building on this as we go. So hopefully this helps.